But last night, it was one of those, oh, by the way, it's Boston College against Florida State. And you're thinking, all right, Florida State's got to be really upset. They got it, and they were exactly that. They were upset by Boston College last night. More ways than one being upset. And they ran the ball. Boston College did. I thought, you know what? Let me just do a drive-by. First of all, I had to find the game. This whole DirecTV thing, not good. Not good. We'll talk about that coming up. So I'm trying to find the game because I thought, you know what? Let me just do a drive-by and see if Florida State comes back. And here we go, Florida State and BC, Bill O'Brien. Who knew Bill O'Brien coaching Boston College? And all of a sudden, Boston College goes to Tallahassee and picks up the victory. Louis Riddick of the Mothership was on the call, and Bob Wischusen was also the play-by-play voice, and Louis had this to say.
Bill O'Brien with the game now in a spot where it is over with 3 knees. They're just going to take 3 knees.
I think in some ways it's worse what they're doing. If I was Florida State, I'd be like, so you're showing us mercy, huh? Like, if that is not an explanation point on this game, I don't know what is. We don't need to score. We could, but guess what? Look up at that scoreboard.
We've proved
We've
our point.
rushed for 270 yards. I mean, what is this, Nebraska 1985?
That's Louis Riddick from the Mothership, Boston College. Florida State is just the 5th-ranked team in, 1936. That's the AP poll era. So since 1936, to lose its first 2 games of the season to unranked opponents. Well, congratulations.
Woo! Ow! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! This is the stat of the day!
After last year, juxtapose that to this year. It's hard to be done with your season, it feels like, on September 3rd. Like your seasons haven't even started, and now your season might be over on September 3rd. Amazing. All right, we'll talk to Rick Neuheisel, run down all of the games. Notre Dame, sneaky win at A&M. USC, that's a perception win. It's a victory, but that's a perception win because I'm watching, and I'm going, man, USC is physical. They were a better team than LSU. Sunday night, and Brian Kelly, LSU head coach, he is mad.
We're sitting here again talking about the same things, about not finishing when you have an opponent in a position to put them away. But what we're doing on the sideline is feeling like the game's over. And I'm so angry about it that I got to do something about it. I'm not doing a good enough job as a coach. And I got to coach him better because it's unacceptable for us not to have found a way to win this football game. It's ridiculous.
I don't know if he thinks his players are watching the press conference because that's sort of what you need to say to them, not us. I mean, it's nice that you gave us some content there, but really you need to say this to your players. We acted like we were going to win that game. Give credit to USC. They played well. Miller Moss played well, and they got some playmakers there. That's a big win. Of all of the teams that had victories this weekend, that one felt like it was a whole lot more than just one win. And here's LSU again. Brian Kelly, season openers, not good. Yes, Eaton.
That soundbite is like basically saying, look, media, I just want you to know this isn't my fault, despite the fact that I'm saying that it's my fault. I'm not doing a good enough job coaching these guys.
Yeah.
That's why, how do we feel like on the sideline the players already feel like they won? Well, I'm not doing a good enough job coaching these guys into finishing these games because they don't finish games. And we got to figure out a way to finish games, so it must be my fault because I'm not coaching them good enough.
Felt a little passive-aggressive there.
Yeah.
Blame them, but all right, I'll take the fault on the sword.
Hey, look, I'm just telling you, none of this is my fault. That's why it's my fault.
Got to respect the passive aggressiveness.
Thank you, Todd. And even banging on the podium, like it was weird to watch it. You can kind of be fiery. It almost felt like it was, I'm angry and, that's right, I got to bang on the podium. Hit podium now. Now I got to do a better job of these guys quitting on the sidelines. What does that mean? What are you going to do? I got to do a better job of reminding them that we're, we got to play a full game here. But that was a physical USC defense there. And I thought that was what stood out. I thought they were the better team. And I kept waiting for something out of LSU, and it just never happened. But give credit to USC. All right. So Georgia rolled Clemson. There's times when you lose a game, and then it's not that you lost the game, it's how you lost the game. You lose 34-3. At some point, somebody either needs to tell Dabo or Dabo needs to tell somebody, all right, I get it. Now I understand it. I went kicking and screaming with the portal and NIL, and I get it. He wants to be old school. Mike Krzyzewski never wanted to take one-and-doners, and then he took one-and-doners. You know what I like winning more than anything? I like is winning. It's not that, hey, I'm going to have to change. Okay, I'm going to change and I get to win. I like that more than not winning. So if I'm Dabo Swinney, I go, okay, I'm willing to do this. Now, you're going to get questions. Why did you decide to take transfers or NIL or, hey, you know what? I have to keep up with the time. I always have to evolve. I'm asking my players to evolve. I have to evolve. And he needs to evolve. You may not like it. Look, I don't like it because I'm old school, but I understand it. If I was coaching now, it's like modern technology. I don't have a flip phone, but there's modern technology that makes things easier for me. But I would have a flip phone, but it doesn't make any sense. Dabo is the flip phone of college football right now. You got to evolve. Now, they may be great the rest of the year. But this is against the best team, and you used to be right there. You were one of the best teams. 4 years ago, we lumped you in with all of the elite teams. Alabama, Georgia. You were right there. Ohio State, Clemson. Not anymore. And it has to do with evolving. Here's the analogy I'm going to make to Rick Neuheisel next hour. If I said to an NFL coach, hey, why are you old school? Hey, we're just taking the players that we drafted. We're not signing any free agents. That's what's going on at Clemson. They're taking the players that they drafted, and they're not taking any free agents. How do you think that would work out for an NFL coach? It would be the biggest story in sports if all of a sudden you had this coach, whoever it is, Sean McVay goes, hey, we're playing the players that we drafted. We're not going to take any free agents. We're not going to trade for anybody. You'd be out of a job quickly. And I know that they're talking about what would the buyout be for Dabo Swinney. Here's the other thing, and Paul Feinbaum brought this up. Dabo Swinney played at Alabama. He didn't even get interviewed when Nick Saban was leaving. So everybody talked about he was going to be the coach in waiting. He was going to be the coach in waiting at Alabama. And I said, no, he's not. First of all, he would stay at Clemson. Second of all, Alabama would want to find somebody else. And now, Dabo didn't even get interviewed for that job. That says a lot. Because Alabama, I'm sure Nick Saban had to evolve. He brought in Lane Kiffin to help him with his offense years ago. He had to evolve. You have to evolve. And if you don't, you get eaten up. And Dabo, you're watching that game, and they didn't feel threatening at all. And they used to, but you're going to go kicking and screaming, good luck, because you're going to do a lot of kicking and screaming. And they demand winning. They expect winning. It's not they hope for winning. They expect it. Florida State expects it. Okay, you brought in DJ Uiagalelei. It's not working out. You lose at home to Boston College. Boston College ran the football. I mean, give them credit, but you're Florida State. You don't lose those games. I mean, you got out-muscled. You sure you want to leave the ACC? Not so fast, my friend, as Lee Corso would like to say.